He did it to himself. That was the explanation people heard when they asked 5-year-old Keaton about the bruises covering his face and head. But Keaton was only 5, and according to the information surrounding his case, multiple child abuse reports had been already made. Keaton's father, Christopher, had died in 2019. After his death, his grandmother, Michelle Boggs, became Keaton's guardian. Then, just weeks before Keaton's death, people began seeing something deeply concerning. Bruises everywhere. One of the last photographs of Keaton was taken at his birthday party. Instead of simply seeing a child celebrating his birthday, the picture showed bruising across his face and head. People asked Keaton what happened, and he reportedly said that he'd done it to himself. But the people weren't convinced. Multiple child abuse reports were made. Then came March 18th, 2020. Keaton was found unconscious by his grandmother and aunt. They rushed him to the hospital where doctors immediately began fighting to keep him alive. He had to be resuscitated. He was intubated, and then he was airlifted to another hospital. What doctors discovered was devastating. Keaton had suffered a catastrophic traumatic brain injury. There was bleeding on his brain. His face and collarbone were bruised. But the injuries didn't stop there. Doctors found bruising across his torso, hips, and legs, along with a burn mark. There was extensive scraping across the tops of his toes, with damage and cracking to his toenails. And doctors discovered a severe injury to his genitals, including a 4-centimeter laceration to his penis and damage to his testicles. Investigators later learned that Keaton had reportedly been threatened by his grandma, who told him she would cut off his penis if he didn't stop touching it. Meanwhile, the brain injury was so severe that the swelling was causing pressure from inside his skull. Doctors tested Keaton for 2 days, searching for brain activity, but there were none. On March 20th, 2020, Keaton was pronounced dead. His cause of death was determined to be blunt force trauma to the head, and his death was ruled a homicide. His story raises a heartbreaking question. How many warning signs does it take before someone steps in? People reportedly saw the bruises. People asked the questions. Multiple child abuse reports were made, and yet Keaton never got the chance to grow up. Michelle Boggs, Peter Wodzinski, and Chastity Wodzinski were convicted in connection with allowing the fatal child abuse and sentenced to 15 years to life. Keaton was only 5 years old. He should have been playing with fire trucks. He should have been celebrating birthdays. He should have been growing up. Instead, his story became a reminder that sometimes the